Growing up, I felt like one of the most unluckiest person to ever walk on this planet. And the reason for that was every important thing that I wanted in my life, for example, getting good grades at school or excelling at sports, I sucked at them. And I thought that I could never be able to be good at anything that I wanted in life. So I ended up thinking that I never could have what I want. And this was a limiting belief that I carried all the way until my adult life. And even after I discovered manifesting, it wasn't always a smooth journey. I failed in a couple of businesses until I was able to crack the code of fixing my own internal beliefs in order to get what I want. And out of all the manifesting techniques out there, I probably tried a lot of them. And most of them work if you do it with faith. But one of these techniques that I started doing when nothing seemed to be working is revision. And when I started doing this, my reality started to shift in a very rapid way. And this happened in a very particular time in my life, which I'm gonna share with you in this video. So if you feel like you've been stuck in a rut or you feel like nothing seems to be working, I'm gonna give you the step-by-step way which you can apply into your own manifesting journey so you can clear up the blockages and start manifesting what you want with more ease. So if you want to learn more about this, stay tuned and let's get started. Welcome back to this video, guys. My name is Rav Sitola. I'm a manifesting coach, and if you're looking to unblock your limiting beliefs so you can manifest your desires faster, I do have this course called the Manifestation Accelerator, and you can find the link for that in the description box below. I recently was looking at my own contents on this channel, and I was surprised that I hadn't discussed about this. I have talked about revision in quite a few different scenarios, but this particular way that I did, I'm surprised that I haven't talked about this before, because it definitely created a big shift in my life. Also, out of sheer curiosity, I love to know what's your favorite technique that you use in order to manifest. So you can leave that down in the comment section below. What's your favorite technique that you use in order to manifest, so all of us can see what different techniques we all use here. So a couple of years ago, I was producing this music video. It was for one of my own songs, and I required presence of a lot of people on the set, because everybody had their own particular part that they were gonna be doing. Problem was, I was new at this area that I was living in. I had very little connections to the people around here. So I started going around and started talking to a few of my friends, and they seemed pretty supportive at first. But slowly by slowly, a lot of people who initially said that they were gonna be in this video said they weren't interested anymore, because I guess people were being very self-conscious, because it wasn't just like people being in the background. I actually wanted them to be as a focus of this video too. So a lot of people started backing out, a lot of ignoring of the messages, a lot of people not picking up the phone call, and I felt pretty abandoned, and my old borderline personality tendency started to kick in, and I felt like, man, I'm not worthy of making this video or doing something like this. I also felt like people were like really being rude to me. They're trying to abandon me. All these limiting beliefs from my past started to show up, and I was like, no, we can't be doing this right now. I'm not exactly sure where I got these exact step-by-step way from, but I'm pretty sure I read this from one of Neville's lectures, and I can't actually tell where it's from. It's very similar to state akin to sleep, except it's not just trying to imagine what you want and going to bed right away, but it's actually revising the scenes of what happened right before you go to bed. So what I started to do was, right before I went to bed, I started looking at my day's events, and for example, whenever people were not responding back to me, or they were just telling me that they couldn't make it to the event because they had some other commitments or something else showed up, I would just revise those dialogues that I had with those people, or those text messages, in the exact way that I would have wanted them to tell me instead. For example, if they said that I couldn't show up on your party or the music video shoot, I would hear them say or see their text be like, of course, we're so glad to be there, we'll be there for sure, you can count us in. So instead of people saying that, we have something else show up, we can't be there, I started imagining in my mind them saying something like, wow, I'm so excited to be there and be a part of your video, man. It's gonna be so phenomenal. And if you want anything else, just let us know. And there was only about a couple of weeks left when people started backing out. Even the people who said they were gonna come to the video shoot, they started backing out. But that's when I started doing the revision. The funny thing is that I wasn't even sure until a couple of days ago that if it was just gonna be me on the video, or I would have to just improvise and do some random shit in order to make up the video, or I would have to stick with the original plan. But funnily enough, a couple of days before the video shoot, a lot of people started becoming more interested into it, and all the no's started becoming yeses, and there were actually more people than I was expecting to be on that video, and it became phenomenal. But what I regret is after this project was complete, I stopped doing revision because I felt like I've already accomplished my goals. And sometimes that happens. Maybe you can relate to this in your own life too, right? When you accomplish certain goals, you start feeling lazy with the technique, or you feel like there's no need for this. But if you can do this revision technique, I think it can create a massive shift in your life, no matter whatever it is that you're trying to manifest, or if you're just trying to get in this positive state of having the things that you want for the future. It's going to create a substantial change in your life if you just try it for a few months' time. And I truly believe in that. That's why I've decided to go back and make this a part of my life. Now, if you are not seeing any evidence of your manifestations coming true, and if you feel like nothing seems to be working, I highly encourage you try out this technique. That's why I wanted to give you this step-by-step way on how you can use this revision technique night after night. So step number one, what you want to do is right before you go to bed, I want you to sit up straight in your bed and start going through the entire events of your day. Now first, just try to think about the different events that happen, just so you get a little flashback of everything that happened. Now you start going into the details of everything that happened, and you're gonna do this in reverse. So you start with the moment that you're starting to do this little meditation there. Start feeling grateful for being here, because in this revision, everything that you would have liked to have happen has already happened. Now you're feeling grateful about it. So you go into imagining the different events, or visualizing the different events that happened during the day, one before the another in a reverse order. And this visualization should end with the activity of you waking up in the bed. Now here's a very important thing that you have to keep in mind as you're doing this exercise. If there were any unwanted situations that went on during the day, I want you to replace that with the thing that you would have liked to happen instead. For example, in my own case, I used to see when people didn't respond back to me, I would see them sending, yes, we want to be there for your video shoot, right? They're being very enthusiastic about it, whether it be on phone calls or through text messages. I would see them acting in the way that I would have loved them to act. And next thing is, if there was no progress, there may have not been any situations, whether good or bad, that was relating to your manifestation. Even if there was nothing happening, you can definitely imagine something positive happening that's moving your journey forward. For example, I could have imagined that the video shoot was so successful early on during the day, and now I'm going to bed. Or I could have just imagined that even if nobody replied, or there was no movement on my manifestation whatsoever, I could have just imagined people texting me to say, good luck, we're gonna be there to support you. I know it's gonna be a fun shoot, and we're gonna have a blast. There might be a third situation too, which a lot of people discount. If there was even a little bit of movement, acknowledge that and appreciate that. Be grateful for it too, because a lot of us have this tendency to not acknowledge and be grateful about the progress that they're making in their lives, whether it's relating to the manifestation or some kind of progress that they are seeing. Whenever you see even a slightest bit of hint which shows that you're on the right track, I want you to go and respect that, appreciate that, and be grateful for it. Doing this exercise should take you no more than 5 to 10 minutes max. And by the end, I want you to end this visualization practice by just saying thank you. Thank you, as if you've already have what you wanted. You've already manifested your desires, okay? That way you're sealing the end of the night, and you're carrying all these feelings towards the next day. And sometimes while you're sleeping, who knows, your subconscious might be taking you to this whole different realm where it's creating all the possibilities for you to get towards your desires, or for your desires to come towards you. And in the next day, even if you see something that's unfavorable or something undesirable, you can simply shake that off, because you know by the end of the day you can always revise those activities to make it more favorable to you. And with this belief, you can start actually attracting what you want with more ease. If you feel like nothing else seems to be working in your own manifestation journey, I would highly encourage you to try this technique out. If you found this video helpful, let me know in the comment section below. And also, if there's any other topics that you want me to cover that's relating to manifesting, let me know in the comment section below. And with that being said, guys, I want to wish you all the very best. Happy manifesting. Goodbye and namaste.